Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Good morning students, welcome to Maths online class. In the last class we studied about types of functions, their graph, domain and range of that functions. Okay, in this class we solve some problems on finding the domain and range of some functions. Okay, so in that first problem is find the domain and range of the following real functions. In that first one, f of x equal to minus mod x and second one is f of x equal to square root of 9 minus x square. Domain means what? Domain means collection of all first elements of ordered space in that function, and range is what? Range is the collection of all second elements of ordered space in that function. But here we are not given function in a roster form to collect first elements or to collect second elements. We are given a function in this way, f of x equal to minus mod x. In general they given. So then how to find a domain and range? You keep in mind that to get the domain you have to collect all possible values of x so that f of x is defined. Okay, what are all possible values of x we can give for this function so that we can find the value of f of x that is the domain of the function. Okay, so domain means you have to collect all possible values of possible values of x so that f of x is defined, collection of all possible values of x, that gives you domain. And to get the range, what you have to do is you have to collect all possible values of f of x, that is y values. Okay, so all possible values of y or f of x. Okay, all possible values of y, that gives you range. Y means that is f of x, what you are given here that is y. Okay, and collection of all possible values of x. To get domain and range, I'll form one table here, x, then mod x, then minus mod x. Here we are given a minus mod x function, and for that we have to find domain and range. And here for x you can give any real number values. Okay, for x you can give any real number values. So what is the domain? Domain is the collection of all possible values of x, right? So I said that for x you can give any real number values. In x column you can write actually any real numbers, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Here I taken some integers, but I can take any real numbers, minus 3.1, minus 3.2 or minus 2.5, any real numbers you can consider in a x column. Okay, so collection of all possible values of x, that gives you domain, right? So what is the collection of all possible values of x? That is the collection of real numbers, that is the set of real numbers. Okay, so domain is R, that is the set of real numbers. Okay, and how to get the range? To get the range you have to do this one, that is you have to collect all possible values of y or f of x. Means how f of x is taking the values, by observing that you can write the range of that function. So for that reason I made a table like this. And what is mod x value? For negative numbers, how to get a mod x value? Just you have to remove that minus symbol from that negative numbers to get the modulus. Okay, modulus value of that. So here if you remove minus sign you will get 3, if you remove minus symbol you will get 2, and if you remove minus here you will get 1, and for positive numbers and 0 you have to write that number itself as a mod value of that. Okay, for a positive number and 0 you have to write that number only in a mod function column. So 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3 like that. And what is minus mod x? Minus mod x means for this column you have to multiply by minus 1. Okay, minus you have to write with the minus sign. Okay, minus 3 here, minus 2 here, minus 1 here, minus into 0, that is minus 0, that is same as 0, and here minus 1 here, minus 2 here, minus 3. What we done here, for mod x column we multiplied by minus 1. Minus 1 into 3, that is minus 3. Minus 1 into 2, that is minus 2. Like that other values. Okay, so that is minus mod x. What is that? Minus mod x is f of x. So now observe this f of x column. What you can see in this f of x column, you can see negative numbers and 0. So how f of x is taking the values? By observing this column, that is how f of x is taking the values. By observing that, you can write the range of this function. So how f of x is taking values here? It is taking value 0, either 0 or negative values. Okay, 0 or negative values. It will take either 0 value. If x is 0, it will take 0. If it is a negative real number or positive real number, then it will take which values? It will take only negative values. Negative values lies on the left side of 0, right? As you continue left side of 0, you have what? Minus infinity. Okay, so from minus infinity to 0, it will take any value. Okay, so f of x takes negative values and 0. Negative values means to the left side of 0. To the left side of 0, if you continue, you have minus infinity. So, so from minus infinity to 0, f of x can take any value. So, what is the range? Range means all possible values of y or f of x, all possible values of f of x. It will take negative values at 0. So that we write in the interval form as range is minus infinity to 0. How we wrote this? By observing f of x column. In f of x column you have negative values and 0. Okay, that means f of x takes negative values and 0. It won't take any positive value. It will take either negative value or 0. It will not take any positive value. Okay, so range of this function minus mod x is minus infinity to 0, including 0. It will take 0 also. When x is 0, it will take 0. If you take a negative real number or positive real number, it will take only negative values. Okay, thank you. Next, second function is f of x equal to square root of 9 minus x square. For this, you have to find a domain and a range. Okay, if you have a square root of something, that something I will take as a. If you have square root of something like this, then always that something should be greater than or equal to 0. Inside the square root, that must be greater than or equal to 0. Then only you have a real function. Real function means you know that domain and range of that functions should be either the set of real numbers or subset of real numbers. Okay, so if you have a negative number inside the square root, then what happens? For example, a square root of minus 3, then you write this as square root of 3 into square root of minus 1. But square root of minus 1 is what? That is I, that you learnt in a complex numbers chapter. Okay, so if you have a negative number inside the square root, then you have complex value. Okay, you have complex number, not a real number. So for that reason, inside the square root, you must have a what? you must have either positive or greater than, sorry, either positive or equal to 0. So always you keep this in mind, square root of a, suppose you have square root of a, then that a must be greater than or equal to 0. That is if square root of a is in a numerator. Suppose the square root of a is in a denominator place like this. For example, I taken 1 by square root of a, then that a should be strictly greater than 0. Okay, if a square root of a is in the denominator, then that a must be strictly greater than 0. These two things you have to keep in mind. And one more thing you have to keep in mind, that suppose in the denominator you have any something a, then that a should be not equal to 0. That also you have to keep in mind while finding domain and range of the functions. Now you have like this square root of a, that is in the numerator place. Okay, that is in numerator place. And what is there in a place? A place you have 9 minus x square. So that a 9 minus x square that should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, or should be greater than or equal to 0. Inside the square root what you have, that must be greater than or equal to 0. Inside the square root we have 9 minus x square. So that is greater than or equal to 0. Since x square symbol is negative, I will shift that another side as plus x square. So then now what we have, 9 is greater than or equal to x square. I will write this inequality in a reverse way. X square I will write on left side, x square that is less than or equal to 9 I will write on this side. Okay, same inequality I wrote in another way. Now x square is less than 9. By looking at this, can you guess what are all possible values of x? You have to take a value of x so that square of that, x square means square of that should be less than 9 or equal to 9. For which real numbers square of that is less than 9 or equal to 9? On the real number line you have 0 and positive numbers on positive side like this. I take an integers, you can take any like this. Okay, like this. If you take a real number minus 3 or 3, then what is the square of that? Minus 3 square is 9, plus 3 square is also 9, right? So if you take minus 3 or 3, square of that is equal to 9, equal to 9. If you take any real number between minus 3 to 3, between minus 3 to 3 you have infinitely many real numbers. If you take that real numbers, then the square of that real number is strictly less than 9. If you take equal to 3 or minus 3, equal to 3 or equal to minus 3, then square of that is equal to 9. If you take any real number in between minus 3 to 3, then square of that is less than 9. So now can you guess what are all possible values of x we can take? See, from minus 3 to 3, if you take any real numbers, then square of that is less than 9 or equal to 9. When equal to 9, if you take x equal to 3 or equal to minus 3, then square is equal to 9. If you take in between minus 3 and 3, then square is less than 9. So these are all possible values of x we can take, okay, including minus 3 and 3, because here equal to 9 is also there. Okay, so therefore domain is equal to what? Closed interval minus 3 to 3. Closed interval minus 3 to 3 means all real numbers from minus 3 to 3 you can take, including minus 3 and 3. That are all possible values of x. Okay. So now to get the range, I will form one table, then easily you can guess what are all possible values of f of x. Okay. And what is f of x given to us? That is square root of 9 minus x square. So now you understood that what are all possible values of x we can take. That is from minus 3 to 3 you can take any real numbers including minus 3 and 3. Since the square of 3 and minus 3 is same, I will take it together, okay, plus or minus 3 and plus or minus 2 I will take together because the square of that is same, plus or minus 1 and 0, okay. So then what is f of x value for plus or minus 3? I will do here square root of 9 minus plus or minus 3 square, okay, plus or minus 3 square is what? That is 9, right? So 9 minus plus or minus 3 square 9, 9 minus 9 that is square root of 0 that is equal to 0. So here f of x value for this plus 3 or minus 3, for that f of x value is what? That is 0. If we take a plus or minus 2 in place of x, then what we get? 9 minus plus or minus 2 square. Now plus or minus 2 square that gives you square root of 9 minus 4 square of this. 9 minus 4 is what? 5. So square root of 5 here, square root of 5, and for a plus or minus 1 what we get? F of x value. F of x value is 9 minus square root of square root of 9 minus plus or minus 1 square, that is equal to square root of 9 minus 1. 9 minus 1 is what? That is square root of 8. So here square root of 8. For 0 what is f of x? 9 minus square root of 9 minus 0 square. 0 square is 0. 9 minus 0 is 9. Square root of 9 is what? That is 3. So here you see, okay, I will erase this part. Just to see the values of f of x by observing the values of f of x, we can imagine what are all possible values of f of x. So here for plus or minus 3 you got a 0, for plus or minus 2 you got a root 5. Value of f of x increases from 0 to root 5. If we take real numbers in between plus or minus 3 and plus or minus 2, then f of x will take values in between 0 and root 5. So like that, if we take value of x in between plus or minus 2 and plus or minus 1, then value of f of x you will get in between root 5 and root 8. Like that, if we take real numbers in between plus or minus 1 and 0 for x, then f of x will take values between root 8 and 3. Okay. So f of x takes values from 0 to 3. You can see that f of x value increases from 0 to 3. It will not take a value more than 3 and it will not take a value lesser than 0, okay. But it will take values from 0 to 3. It will take all values from 0 to 3 including 0 and 3. So what is the range? By observing this table, range is lowest value that f of x can take is 0, that is for plus or minus 3, and the highest value that f of x can take is what? 3, okay, that is for 0. So 0 to 3, f of x takes values from 0 to 3, that is the range. For the exam, no need to write these steps, directly you write domain like this and range is like this, okay. Thank you. Next problem is find the domain of the following functions. First one is f of x equal to x square plus 3x plus 5 dividing by x square minus 5x plus 4, and second one x square f of x equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 dividing by x square minus 8x plus 12. You can see that both are rational functions. Suppose you are given a rational functions, you know that are of this type, f of x by g of x type. Suppose you are given a rational functions domain, then you have to find first g of x is equal to 0 for which values of x, okay. G of x is 0 for which values of x that you have to find, okay. What is g of x? G of x is the denominator polynomial. So denominator is 0 for which values of x that you have to find. For example, suppose g of x is 0 for real numbers a and b, then how to write a domain of that rational function? R minus set of real numbers containing these two, a comma b. Okay. So this is what? This is the domain of a rational function f of x by g of x. What you have to do? First you have to find a g of x, that is 0 for which values of x. Okay. Suppose for example, if you get g of x 0 for these two values, for x equal to a and for x equal to b, if a denominator polynomial is 0, then that values of x you have to delete from the set of real numbers, and we write that symbolically like this. For example, suppose you get x equal to, for example, suppose you get x equal to 1 and 2, then how to write r minus set containing 1 and 2, set containing real numbers 1 and 2. Meaning of this is set of all real numbers except 1 and 2, minus set containing 1 comma 2 means I can take any real numbers except 1 and 2. Okay. So like that you have to do for these two functions. Now what you have in a denominator place in a first one? Okay, now this is the answer for the first one. First one, denominator polynomial is x square minus 5x plus 4, that is equal to 0 for which value of x that you have to find. For that you have to factorize this. Okay, you know how to factorize this quadratic polynomial, like that you have to factorize. Okay, middle number is minus 5 and the product should be how much? Product should be 4 and sum should be equal to minus 5. Like that you have to get two numbers. You know that 5 into 4 into 1, that is 4, and if you take both with the minus sign, then product is plus 4 and sum is minus 5. So you can take these two numbers to split the middle one. Okay, and split the middle one as minus 4x and minus 1x using these two numbers, and last one as it is you write equal to 0. After that you will make a group like this, then you will take a common factor from each group. From the first group, common factor is x and that out, then the remaining is in x square, 1x is out, 1x is in, and minus this x is out, so left is minus 4. And after completing one group you have to close bracket. In the next group you are not having any common factor, so you have to write minus 1. If a first term is minus, then you write minus 1 as a common factor out, and then remaining factors are x and here minus 4. Okay, in the plus you have two minus into minus, in that one minus is out, so one minus is in. Okay, equal to 0. Now x minus 4, that bracket is common, so take that out, x minus 4. So then remaining x here and minus 1 here is equal to 0. Always you keep in mind that suppose you have product of two factors equal to 0, then either first one is 0 or second one is 0. Okay, any one should be 0. So here you have product of two brackets, so that equal to 0 implies what? Either first bracket x minus 4 is 0 or second bracket x minus 1 is equal to 0, right? From this what you will get? X equal to 4, and from this what you get? X equal to 1. That means if you take x equal to 4 or x equal to 1, then denominator polynomial will be equal to 0. If you get the denominator 0, then f of x will not be defined. So for that reason what you have to do is you have to delete these two numbers 1 and 4 from the set of real numbers. We write that symbolically like this: r minus set containing 1 comma 4 means we deleted 1 and 4 from the set of real numbers, and that is the domain of this rational function. Okay, so this is the domain of this first one, domain of first rational function. And same type you have to find the domain of second rational function also. Okay, that is homework for you. You have to take a denominator polynomial equal to 0, x square minus 8x plus 12 is equal to 0, and you have to factorize in that way, and at the end of factorization you may get like this: x minus 6 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. That means this will be 0 either for x equal to 6 or for x equal to 2. This is 0 either for x equal to 0, either for x equal to 6 or for x equal to 2. So for these two real number values, this denominator will be 0. So you have to delete that two real numbers from the set of real numbers. Okay, so that we write in a symbolic way like this: r minus 2 comma 6. Okay, so r minus 2 comma 6 means you can take any real number except 2 and 6. That is the domain of second rational function. Okay, you have to do this in a detailed way like this. Okay, thank you. In the last class, we solved problems on finding a domain and range of some functions. Okay, in this today's class, we study about a linear function and problems on that. Actually, linear function comes under this polynomial functions. Okay, this is a particular type of polynomial function. A function f from R to R defined by f of x equal to ax plus b, where a and b are any real numbers. This function is called a linear function. Okay, f of x equal to ax plus b type of function is called a linear function. You heard about a linear polynomial. Okay, linear polynomial means what? If a highest power of x is 1, then that polynomial is a linear polynomial. So like that linear function also, f of x equal to ax plus b, that function from R to R, that is called a linear function. And here a and b are real numbers. Sometimes that linear function may be from z to z, sometimes may be from n to n. But always a linear function will be in the form ax plus b. Okay, and next we solve some problems on these linear functions. Okay, first one is let f is equal to set containing ordered pair 1 comma 1 2 comma 3 0 comma minus 1 minus 1 comma minus 3 be a linear function from z to z. Then find f of x. Means what is f of x, that you have to find. Okay, so now you are given a function in a roster form, but how that is defined, that you have to find f of x means how f of x is defined, that you have to find by using these ordered pairs, and you are given that f is a linear function. So f is a linear function means that will be in this form, that is in ax plus b form. So we start with that. Okay, given that what we are given that f is a linear function, given that f is a linear function. Okay, so f is a linear function means that will be in the form ax plus b. Okay, so then now f of x is equal to ax plus b. You have to find what is a and what is b. If you find a and b, then you will get what exact the function f of x is. Okay, to find that a and b, you have to use the ordered pairs in f. Any two ordered pairs you can use, because here you have to find only two unknowns. So use two ordered pairs, then you will get two equations in a and b. If you simplify that two equations in a and b, you will get the values of a and b. After that, put that values of a and b in this. So then you will get what f of x is. Okay. So now how to use ordered pairs to find a and b? You have to know one basic thing, that is suppose ordered pair x comma y that belongs to f, then we can write f of x is equal to y. F of first element is equal to second element. That we have to use. Okay. You take any two ordered pair in that four ordered pairs. I'll use the first two ordered pairs. Okay. Would we have 1, 1, that ordered pair is in the f, so belongs to f, and I'll take a second one 2, 3, that is also in f, belongs to f. So after that, how we can write this by using that basic thing which I said just now. How we can write f of first element is equal to second element. If you write that, then you will get one equation. Okay, f of first element 1 is equal to second element 1, and here same type, f of first element, that is f of 2 is equal to second element, that is 3. But here what is f of 1 according to this? Now you have to see f of x equal to ax plus b. How to get f of 1 from this? Just you have to replace the x place by what? X place you have to replace by 1. So then what we get? That you write on the left side, that is here. Okay. So we get a into x place you have to use 1 now. So f of 1 is equal to a into 1 plus b, that is equal to 1. This one you have to carry. Same type here also. To get the f of 2, now you have to replace this x place by 2. So then what you get that you write on the left side here. Okay. Would we get a into x place 2 plus b is equal to 3. Okay. And simplify these two. A into 1, that is a, plus b is equal to 1. So you got one equation, and you take this equation as equation number 1. And here you simplify 2 into a, that is a into 2, that is 2a, plus b is equal to 3. Okay. And you take this as equation 2. So using two ordered pairs in this function, we got two equations, and we named that as equation 1 and equation 2. Now we have to get a and b from these two equations. So what you have to do? You have to subtract the first equation from second, or second from first. Any you can do, but I'll do this one. Equation 1 I'll subtract from equation 2. Okay. So equation 2 minus equation 1, that gives you what? I'll write equation 2 first. 2a plus b is equal to 3. Next equation 1, a plus b is equal to 1. Always while subtracting, you will change the second row symbols, right? Plus to minus, minus to plus. Now all are with the plus sign, so I changed to minus. Now you have to take this changed sign for a second row terms, not their original sign. Okay. Now 2a minus a, that is a, and here plus b cancels with minus b. 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, that is 2. So a is equal to what? A is equal to 2. So use this value of a in equation 1 or equation 2, any one equation you can use. Okay. I'll use equation 1. So from that what would we get? Now put a is equal to 2 in equation 1. So then now that 1 becomes what? A place, now use 2 plus b is equal to 1. So from that you will get b is equal to 1. 2, that you shift another side as a minus 2. What is the 1 minus 2? That is minus 1. What is the value of b? B is equal to minus 1. Now use these values of a and b in this function f of x. Okay. So therefore what is f of x is equal to, f of x we taken like this, a into x plus b. Now use a place a value, that is 2. Okay. So a place I wrote 2 into what is there? X, then plus symbol is there, plus. Then what is b value? B value is minus 1. And here plus into minus, that is minus, right? And first 2x you write as it is, plus into minus, that is minus. Okay, minus 1. So this is the your function f of x. Okay, f of x is what? That is 2x minus 1. How to check obtained function is correct or not? You can check that function is correct or not by taking any one ordered pair which is not used while finding A and B. We used these two ordered pairs. So you take any one ordered pair among these two ordered pairs which is not used while solving A and B. Okay, I'll take this one 0, 1 ordered, sorry 0, minus 1 ordered pair to check whether this answer is correct or not. Okay, so this is the checking part. Actually no need to write, just for a checking purpose. Which one we take as a checking ordered pair 0, minus 1. Okay, so how to check now this function is correct or not? You have to take x place the first element, and while simplifying that, if you get a second element of that ordered pair, then the obtained function is correct. Okay, what we got? Function f of x is equal to 2x minus 1. Now take x place the first element. So then what we get? F of 0 is equal to 2 into 0, x plus 0 minus 1. 0 into anything is what? That is 0. 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1 is what? Minus 1. And we got a second element of that ordered pair, right? So if you get a second element on simplification by taking x equal to first element, then the obtained answer, that is obtained function f of x is correct. Otherwise you have to check your steps. Okay, thank you. Set containing ordered pairs 1, minus 1, 2, 1, 0, minus 3, minus 1, minus 5 be a linear function from z to z. Find f of x. Okay, so now also same type of problem you have. F is a linear function. You are given f is a linear function. So how f of x is? F of x is in the form ax plus b. Okay, so with this you have to start. Okay, so in answer part, what you have to do is given that what you are given? You are given f is a linear function. Okay, given that f is a linear function. So f of x is in this form, f of x equal to ax plus b, and here in this question you have to find out what is f of x. So we started like this. Okay, f of x equal to ax plus b. After that you have to find these values, a and b values, using any two ordered pairs in these 4 ordered pairs. Okay, we use first two ordered pairs or next two ordered pairs or last two ordered pairs. Any two ordered pairs you can use. Okay, I will use first two ordered pairs to find the values of a and b. Now since ordered pair 1, minus 1 belongs to f, and I will take one more ordered pair, second one 2, 1 belongs to f. What we can write from this, f of first element, that is f of 1 is equal to second element of that minus 1, and because of this ordered pair we can write f of 2 is equal to 1. F of this first element is equal to second element of that. Okay, now what is f of 1? According to this f of x, x place you have to replace by 1, so then you will get to what is f of 1, and that f of 1 you have to write on the left side here. Okay, a into x place 1 plus b. This is what? This is the f of 1 obtained from this, and that is equal to minus 1. This one you have to carry. Next, same type, what is f of 2 from this? Now x place you can see 2. So x place you have to replace by 2 on the right side here. So what you get? That you write here on the left side. A into x plus 2 plus b is equal to 1. Okay, this one you have to carry, and here you simplify a plus b is equal to minus 1, and here a into 2, that is 2a plus b is equal to 1. Okay, these two equations you take as equation 1 and this as equation number 2. Now you have to find a and b using these two equations. I will subtract equation 1 from equation 2. So do this operation, equation 2 minus equation 1, or you can do equation 1 minus equation 2 also. Okay, since here you have larger number, I'll write equation 2 first. 2a plus b is equal to 1, and next one a plus b is equal to minus 1. Okay, then you subtract first from equation 2. Okay, so then now you have to change the second row symbols. Okay, here plus change it to minus, plus to minus, minus to plus. Change the symbol you have to take for a second row terms. Okay, 2a minus a, that gives you a, and plus b minus b, that cancels, and 1 plus 1, that is what? That is 2. So what is a value? A value is equal to 2. Use this a value either in equation 1 or in equation 2. So by using that you will get another value means another unknown value, that is b value you will get. Okay, so now put a is equal to 2 in which equation we use? This equation is simple, right? So we use equation 1 in 1. So then now that 1 becomes 2 plus b is equal to minus 1. Okay, a plus you have to write 2 plus b is equal to minus 1. So then that simplifies to b is equal to minus 1 to another side as minus 2. Minus 1 minus 2, that is minus 3. So b is how much? B is minus 3. Use this value of a and b in this function. So therefore f of x is equal to, how we taken up f of x as ax plus b. A place use a value, that is 2. Okay, so 2, then x is there into form plus b. What is b? B is minus 3. Okay, plus into minus 3, plus into minus is minus. So f of x is 2x minus 3. Okay, and if you have any doubt regarding this answer is correct or not, then we can use any one ordered pair which is not used as a checking ordered pair to check this answer is correct or not. How to check? You have to take a first element of that ordered pair in place of x, and while simplifying, if we get a second element as the answer, then that obtained function is correct. Okay, otherwise you have to check your answers a and b. Okay, now we take this one minus 1 comma minus 5. Okay, if you take that ordered pair, what is the first element of that? Minus 1. Put that in the x place. So then we get f of minus 1 is equal to 2 into minus 1 minus 3, and simplify this. 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2, then minus 3. 2 minus 2 minus 3, that is minus 5. We got a second element of that ordered pair, that is minus 5 as the answer. When we replace x place by first element, on simplification we got a second element as the answer. So this obtained function is correct. Okay, and next problem is, let f is equal to set containing order pairs 1, 1, 2, 3, 0, minus 1, minus 1, minus 3 be a function from z to z defined by f of x equal to ax plus b for some integers a and b. Determine a and b. Here you are given one function in a roster form, and how that is defined, that also given, but here two unknowns are there, a and b, that you have to find. Okay, this is a linear function. Okay, they given in the question itself, that is in a which form, ax plus b form. Okay, just you have to find what is a and b. If you refer a first problem in today's class, would be done as a first problem. If you refer that and this is one and the same, but there you are given be a linear function from z to z, but here they given directly that the linear function is f of x equal to ax plus b. You have to find a and b. Okay, so here given that what you are given that f of x is like this, f of x equal to ax plus b. Just you have to find a and b using any two order pairs in this function. Okay, Now I'll take last two order pairs, 0 comma minus 1 and minus 1 comma minus 3. So now since 0 comma minus 1 that belongs to f and next one minus 1 comma minus 3 belongs to f, what we can write f of first element here, f of first element 0 is equal to second element, and because of this ordered pair we can write f of first element, that is minus 1, is equal to second element of minus 3. Now what is f of 0 according to this function? According to this, f of 0 is a into 0 plus b, but that answer we already given, that is minus 1, and a into 0 is what? That is 0 plus b is equal to minus 1. So you will get b is equal to minus 1. So if you take order pair where first element is 0, then you will get 1 unknown directly. Okay, that is here we got b unknown directly, that is minus 1. Now what is f of minus 1 according to this? A into x plus, now we have to use minus 1, a into minus 1 plus b is equal to minus 3. A into minus 1, that is minus a plus b is equal to minus 3. If you simplify this, you will get like this, and now we have b is equal to minus 1, right? Use that here. So then this becomes minus a minus, okay, plus into b, b is minus 1 is equal to minus 3. Okay, I'll shift to minus a that side and minus 3 this side. Okay, minus a that side as plus a equal to minus 3 this side as plus 3. Okay, 3 and plus into minus is minus 1, and what is a is equal to? A is equal to 3 minus 1, that is 2. So a is equal to 2 and b is equal to minus 1. You can see that a is equal to 2 and b is equal to minus 1 in the first problem also. Okay.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.